Welcome guys to round 3 here in season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. We're at Kansas Speedway. No custom setup series here on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console, and the green flag is out. For more information on how to become a NOSSCAR driver in the B divisions on NASCAR 15 or in the A divisions on NASCAR Heat 2 on PS4, go to www.nosscar.com, NOSSCAR.com, for more information on how to sign up as a driver. Larson Rocks is on the pole for this race. It is his 6th career NOSSCAR X2 Series pole award. Larson Rocks is your race leader. You can see it right there. And Throbbing Bane in the 5 car is challenging him. He's on the inside for the race lead. Dexter with a nice move. Just got around Timac for 5th. And that's Ken in the number 47 car in 3rd. Ooh. A little bit of contact there by Squirrel Nuts, who's driving the number 46 machine. Dexter is trying to challenge him now in the number 11 car. And that's Ricky in the number 51 car running in 7th. And that's Driver 88 in the number 13 car running in 8th. And oh, we just missed something, I believe. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like a car spun and made contact with the outside wall very, very hard there. And I think it might have been the number 5 car of Throbbing Bane. Yeah, I believe it was. Larson Rocks is the race leader. Ken is in 2nd. Squirrel Nuts just bounced off the wall, but he's in 3rd. Oh, and he just made contact with Dexter. And now we got a big scramble here for position. That's Juicy J in the other orange car, number 19. A rookie here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, has made a couple of starts here in the 5th season. And he's on the outside line, tucking in behind Timac there. Juicy J looks very strong in the early going. Mananger in the number 48 car has joined this group. Ricky in the number 51 has passed Timac, and now he's trying to challenge Dexter. They've all pretty much went around Squirrel Nuts. Squirrel Nuts in the 46 car made contact with the outside wall. And Juicy J now behind Timac. Squirrel Nuts behind him, Mananger behind him, and then Smokin' Joe and Driver 88 are side by side for position there. So Larson Rocks is your race leader. Ken is in 2nd. Dexter is in 3rd. Ricky is in 4th. Timac is in 5th. Mananger is in 6th. Juicy J is in 7th. Squirrel Nuts is in 8th. Smokin' Joe is about to be in 8th. He's on the inside of Squirrel Nuts, and then behind them in 10th place is Driver 88 in the number 13 car. Trouble for You is in 11th place in the number 10 car. And it looks like Gavin is in 12th in that number 25 car. Twitch Whiskers in the 98 car is in 13th. The field's pretty spread out, but at the same time they're also pretty neck and neck as well. So if one car makes a mistake, they're going to lose a couple of positions, and that's We saw that happen with not only Throbbing Bane in the number 5 car, but Squirrel Nuts in the number 46 car as well. And we've seen Ricky gain a lot of position since the start of this race. He's looking very, very strong in that number 51 machine. Ricky is all the way up to 4th. Dexter running strong in 3rd in that number 11 car. Dexter signed to drive that number 11 car for this season. Full time, and I'm hoping to give it a good showing. Mananger still holding station in that number 48 car in 6th. Juicy J in the 19 car still holding station in 7th. And the battle for 3rd and 4th continues between Dexter and Ricky, and Timac is front row for it. And that's the view he sees of it. Meanwhile, Larson Rocks and Ken. Larson Rocks in the 31 car and Ken in the 47 have completely just taken off from this 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And as you can see, I believe that actually was Ken on pit road. The number 47 car was on pit road. And that's Mananger behind Timac, Juicy J behind him, and that's, I believe that is Smokin' Joe in the number 7 car. And Juicy J is now coming down pit road. Driver 88 in the 13 car elected to stay out one more time. And I believe Larson Rocks has already made a pit stop, so I think we're looking at the battle for the race lead right now, which is Dexter, Ricky, and Timac. Dexter in the number 11 car has the lead. Ricky really wants it. A bonus point in the X2 Series is very valuable because, again, it's about the point system in the X2 Series for the standings. It's all about your 8 highest points showings. It's a 22 race season, but it's all about your 8 highest point showings that determine your total amount of points in the standings. So getting a bonus point is very key in order to make sure that it's a part of your 8 best finishes, your 8 highest points consumptions. For example, finishing 3rd with 1 lap lead would get you 21 points. If you finish 3rd with no lap lead, you get 20. If you finish in 1st place, obviously you need to lead at least 1 lap to finish in 1st. At the very least, you need to lead the last one. So you get 24 points plus the 1 point for leading a lap, so 25. And you have a potential to get 1 more bonus point if you lead the most. So a driver can get 26 points at maximum in one race. And Dexter now pulls down pit road, releases the lead, and Timac will stay out, get the bonus point, which is key. And it looks like Mananger in the 48 car has done the same. And we're now getting a report that a caution has come out here. And now pit road is open. Timac coming down to his pit stall. This is going to trap a couple cars 1 lap down for sure. As you can see, there was only 5 cars there on pit road. Timac, Mananger, Dexter, Trouble for You, and RJ Haywood in the 42, who's still in his pit stall. But some of these cars will be eligible for the wave around. And I believe Twitch Whiskers was having some sort of communication issue. I believe she has lost her microphones, which means she has lost the ability to hear and speak to all the drivers that are in this race. Therefore, she wanted to stop and type that into the text chat so the drivers are made aware of this. Basically what this means is it becomes harder for Twitch to know when the caution is out because the manual caution is called through the headsets to the drivers. And we're not going green yet, folks. We're still trying to figure out the running order As you can see, there are a number of cars going around to join the tail of the field that were pinned one lap down when the caution came out. Now I believe when we restart the race, it's going to be Timac in first, Mananger in second, Ricky in third, Dexter in fourth. Trouble for You fifth, Juicy J in sixth, Larson Rocks in seventh. As you can see, as you can see, there are a lot of cars taking the wave around here, and it's just taking the officials here at NOSSCAR a moment to figure out who needs to go around and join the tail. And they are green again here. Oh, and contact. Contact between the 51 and the 24. And we're getting a report that there was a false start. There was a false start, so all cars are asked to come to a halt, and that's, as you can see, what they all did, but we're fast forwarding, so it appears they didn't. But everybody came to a complete stop, and everyone is now expected to get back into the position that they were in. And NOSSCAR is having a tough time figuring out who is supposed to be restarting where, and that was what the issue was. And some cars did not slow down, and Ricky was one of them. Green flag is back out at Kansas Speedway. Throbbing Bane in second in that number 5 car. Right behind Timac here. Mananger in third. Dexter in fourth. Ken is in fifth. RJ Haywood is in sixth. And it appears Juicy J is in seventh. Smokin' Joe is in eighth. Twitch Whiskers is in ninth. Looks like RJ Haywood is in 10th, and it looks like Gavin just passed Haywood to take 10th. And Throbbing Bane, after having a spin earlier in the race, is running in the 12th position in that number 5 car, trying to make some sort of comeback. There is lots of time left here in the Kansas Speedway event. Again, this is race number 3 here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. We're going to back up the replay there for a bit. Timac first, Mananger second. Throbbing Bane is actually third. Dexter fourth. Ken fifth. Larson Rocks sixth. Ricky seventh. RJ Haywood is in eighth. And that is the 2 car of Hard Pickle in ninth. Gavin is in 10th. Twitch Whiskers is in 11th. And I believe that is all. I believe that is all that I can tell you as of right now, at least. It's all changing very fast. I thought Throbbing Bane was much further back, but it appears he's actually battling for second with Mananger right now in that number 5 machine. Dexter thought about making it 3 wide. He thought better of it. And Ricky is battling there to try to make it 3 wide as well. There's a 3-car battle for second, third, and fourth, and there's a 3-car battle for fifth, sixth, and seventh. See if we can get a good look at it. Throbbing Bane now in second. Dexter in third, Mananger fourth. Larson Rocks is in fifth. And Ricky is in sixth in the number 51 machine. We're about halfway done here at Kansas Speedway. We had a very long green flag run. Green flag pit stops started, and then a caution fell. And the caution really allowed some drivers to have great track position for the restart. And a lot of drivers elected to have less fuel, not pit, and take a wave around And then we resumed back green, and we've been green ever since. There has only been one caution so far here at Kansas Speedway. Next up on the Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series schedule, we've got Dover, round 4 of 22. Here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series comes to you here on YouTube, hosted on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console from Dover Speedway. The next race after, you've got Watkins Glen International. It's only an 18-lap race at Watkins Glen, so it's essentially just a shootout event. And it's going to be a good one as always. And then after Watkins Glen, you're looking at Texas Motor Speedway. Everything's bigger in Texas, including a win at Texas Motor Speedway. And at Throbbing Vein closing in on Timac for the race lead. Dexter sitting in third, Larson Rocks in fourth, Mananger in fifth. And now some cars are coming down pit road. Ricky's in 6th, but he's going to surrender it. RJ Haywood in the 42 car having a good run. He's in 7th, but he stayed on the racetrack. Timac, Dexter, Mananger, and RJ Haywood stayed on the racetrack one extra time, but it appears Mananger signaling that he's going to be pitting this time. He was looking a little bit low on the back straightaway there. Question is he coming down pit road this time? He does not. Neither did RJ Haywood, so the top 4 cars are Timac, Dexter, Mananger, and Haywood, and they stayed on the racetrack for another lap. I believe actually what we're seeing is the cars that took the wave around and were unable to make a pit stop, they're coming in now because they had a slightly less amount of fuel in the tank. And as you can see again, top 3 stay out. Haywood's a little bit further back, but I can see him clearly, and I don't think you guys at home can. But Haywood stayed out again, so he remains in the 4th spot. That was Smokin' Joe in the red number 7 car that Timac just went by, exiting pit road. And I believe just in front of Timac, that's driver 88. Now it looks like Timac's coming to pit road. He let Dexter go by. Oh, maybe not. Dexter just simply applying some pressure, and he's going to lead another lap. Dexter's already got a bonus point here in this race. Mananger now runs in 3rd behind Timac. And that's Smokin' Joe. Remember, he's 1 lap down. He's already made his pit stop. There's Ricky. He's 1 lap down. Already made his pit stop. And I believe behind them it was Throbbing Vein. And he's already made his pit stop. Leader of the race as of right now is Dexter in that number 11 car. And I guess the best scenario for the 11, the 24, the 48, and perhaps the 42, if he's still on the racetrack, would be a caution to come out. And then have some cars stuck a lap down once again, but it's a little too late. Dexter, Timac, Mananger are all on pit road. Remember, there are no black flags, so all drivers are allowed to speed as fast as they want down pit road. A lot of drivers sometimes miss pit road, and then it's a serious consequence if they can't get back around with enough fuel. The reason why there is no black flags on is because on NASCAR 15, if you get a black flag, you often are immediately lagged out of the race, disconnected due to a network error out of the race. It's just one of the, it happens to be a flaw about the game. Therefore, black flags are not on, and this allows some drivers to become very good and better than others at entering and exiting pit road. And that can lead to them gaining tons of time on the racetrack. And now Timac, Mananger, Dexter, they all have exited pit road. Timac came out in front of both of those cars. We're getting a report that now that everything has cycled through, Throbbing Vein is your race leader. Throbbing Bane is your race leader in the number 5 car. There's Larson Rocks and there's Mananger. They're behind Timac. And I believe that Ricky has actually just passed Throbbing Bane. And I believe that might have been for the race lead. Oh, we're getting a report that there is a caution on the racetrack. Therefore, we're going to fast forward to the drivers all bunched up. Get ready for pit stops. Pit road is closed as of right now. A little bit of contact there under the yellow. I'm not quite sure what that was about. And getting a report, pit road is open this time by... So Ricky, Timac, Throbbing Bane, Ken, Larson Rocks, Dexter, Gavin, Driver 88, THR Hard Pickle, Smokin' Joe, Mananger, RJ Haywood, and Twitch Whiskers as well. All coming down pit road to get their service. And we're getting kind of close to the end, about 14 minutes here. So this very well could be the final caution of the race. You never know. So these drivers are going to definitely make some adjustments and get their cars ready for perhaps the final run of the race. Question is, can anybody make it to the end on fuel? Looks like Timac comes off pit road with the race lead. I believe that he was communicating into the text chat, and that is why he was not immediately getting on the throttle. He took 2 tires only. The word is that Timac took 2 tires only, and that is why he is able to get so much space on the rest of the field there, as you saw. I guess he figures that they were just on pit road. He doesn't necessarily need a full tank of gas, and his left side tires were probably in pretty good shape still. The right sides might have needed some new right sides. So that might have been why he chose to take the 2 right side tires. Ricky is going to be up there for the restart, as well as Gavin in the 25, as well as Larson Rocks in the 31 car. And now we are in the middle of what you would call a 3 or 4 minute break here at Kansas Speedway. This is race number 3 of the 5th season of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, which is a no custom setups series, an online racing series on the NASCAR 15 game on the PlayStation 3 console. We do also have what we call a NOSSCAR B Cup series here on the NASCAR 15 game on the PlayStation 3 console. And in that series, the races are much longer and custom setups are on. And we're just trying to get the field and the running orders sorted out. As you can see, there are cars still going around the track, getting the free pass and the wave around. Once again, the caution came out partway through some of the pit strategy, so it is a little bit difficult for the officials of NOSSCAR to determine where a lot of the drivers were at the time of caution. And then also keep in mind that the rule is you must maintain your caution speed when the caution comes out. Therefore, when the caution comes out, the field is technically frozen and you are where you are. But if you're not at caution speed and you lose a couple positions, you line up and get in line wherever you fell in line and wherever you began to be at caution speed. So that's what makes it very difficult. There's a couple of different rules that apply, and sometimes these drivers are on pit road, or they're not, or they were involved in the wreck, or they just simply were not at caution speed, and therefore it's a little difficult to let everyone know what position they are in for the restart and why. Sometimes the drivers simply think that they're getting messed with, and it's never the case. The green flag is back out here at Kansas Speedway. Throbbing Bane is fighting for the race lead with Timac. Ricky is in 3rd. Larson Rocks is in 4th. Gavin is in 5th. Looks like Twitch Whiskers might even be in... No, it's Dexter that's running in 6th. Smokin' Joe in 7th. Mananger in 8th. Ken is in 9th. Driver 88 is in 10th. It's getting intense here at Kansas Speedway. The race is almost done. We're in the final laps at Kansas Speedway, guys. Throbbing Bane has taken the race lead from Timac 11. Ricky 104 has taken second place from Timac 11. Ricky is the first car in line with 4 fresh tires. Does he have enough time to run down Throbbing Bane? Larson Rocks on the outside of Timac 11. Those 2 tires might have been a rough call for Timac. Gavin in the 25 car, he also took 2 tires to get the track position. He is starting to fade in the late stages here at Kansas Speedway. Gavin's got his teammate Smokin' Joe in behind Dexter. Dexter is the meat in the JT Motorsports sandwich, and Mananger in the number 48 car is just behind them. And Ricky on the inside of Throbbing Bane takes the race lead. He made contact with the outside wall that last time by Throbbing Bane challenges back on the inside. And Ricky holds strong on the outside, and he's going to hold the lead in the 51 car. We're watching it. Now Larson Rocks is on the inside of Throbbing Bane for second. Dexter is on the outside of Timac for third, and contact 3 wide. 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th here. Timac gets a little loose getting into turn 3. They're both going to get around him. Smokin' Joe is in 7th. Mananger is in 8th. Ken is in 9th. Driver 88 is in 10th. Twitch Whiskers is in 11th. Getting a report, RJ Haywood is in 12th. Also getting a report that Squirrel Nuts in the 46, Trouble for You in the 10, and Juicy J in the 19 are all out of the event. There are 13 cars left on the racetrack, folks. And we're in the closing laps here at Kansas Speedway. Ricky is your race leader, looking for his very first win in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. First win in any of the 2 B-Division NOSSCAR Series that are hosted on NASCAR 15. He's got a lot of top 5 finishes on his record, but he's looking to get his win. I'm not quite sure, but we're either on the final lap now, or there are 2 laps to go. Ricky is in first in the 51 car. Throbbing Bane is in second. Or is it Larson Rocks in second up there? It's hard to tell right now. And it's getting dicey. And Gavin gets spun. We're on the final lap now, folks. Gavin got hooked by his teammate. It looked like Gavin came down the track and didn't know that Smokin' Joe was there. Mananger got around both of them in the 48 car. Ricky's got first. Larson Rocks has second. Throbbing Bane has third. Dexter 4th. Timac 5th. Mananger 6th. Smokin' Joe 7th. And that's how they're going to finish, guys. Or maybe not. 1 lap to go now, folks. It's always really tough to tell for me, guys. Ricky in the 51 looking for his first career NOSSCAR X2 Series victory. And it's going to come today here at Kansas Speedway. Driving for Dusty Motorsports, Ricky in the 51 wins. Larson Rocks in second, Throbbing Bane in third, Dexter in fourth, Timac in fifth, Mananger in sixth, Smokin' Joe in seventh, Ken in eighth, Driver 88 in ninth, RJ Haywood in 10th, THR Hard Pickle in 11th, Gavin in 12th, Twitch Whiskers in 13th, Juicy J in 14th, Trouble for You in 15th, and Squirrel Nuts in 16th. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. This was race number 3 of 22 here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. For more information on how to sign up and become a NOSSCAR driver, visit www.nosscar.com, NOSSCAR.com. You'll find on the homepage at the bottom of the screen all the instructions on how to become a NOSSCAR driver. Thanks very much for joining us, and have yourselves a lovely night.